So, boy, what an interesting time to be alive. I got to thinking about something the other day. I wanted to give you a little glimpse into something. Right now, we have a lot of people that are being held hostage. The best example of that is probably barbers and hairstylists. We'll use them as an example. So they're being told that they can't operate right now because of safety. And they're being threatened by people in their own profession, snitches that are willing to turn them in. And I want you to think about something. So, we've got 5 trucks here. All of them have over 1 million miles. And they're spread out all over the place, all over the East Coast. Well, if my driver calls me and says, I'm on the side of the road, I'm broke down, I need help. Well, I've got to figure out how to get help to them. All right, so first thing I do is I locate their exact location. We've got GPS trackers on the trucks, so I zoom in to figure out what their exact location is. Then there's a website called Truck Down. I'll get on there. I'll also check Google Maps, and I'm trying to find somebody that can come to that driver's rescue and fix that truck. Nowhere at any time along the process do I ask, well, I hope they have a license. I hope they paid their taxes. None of that matters to me. Not in the least. I couldn't care less. The only thing that matters is that they have the skill required and experience required to fix my truck and get my driver moving again. Now, obviously, it's a whole lot easier now than it was before the internet because, you have Google reviews, which aren't really all that trustworthy. And sometimes you just have to guess. You don't have any way of knowing if this person's competent. All you know is that you have the ability to contact them. So I will call some random place, and all they have done is put something on the internet that says, I know how to fix trucks. And I send them to my driver. Now I have to train my drivers. That's part of the process. I have to train them how to know what's wrong with their truck, or they've got to learn the systems. I've got to ask as many questions as I can to see if I can figure out what's wrong. And then I can tell the person that I'm calling, say, hey, here's the problem, here's the parts you'll need. And it's happened a couple of times in the last couple of years that I have had to just call somebody at random and tell them what's wrong with the truck, and then I have to trust them to come fix it. So this idea of licensing, a license is nothing more than the state taking away your rights and selling them back to you. That's it. It's we hire truck drivers. Okay, now obviously one of the requirements in order to work for the carrier that we lease to, they have to have a license. But that license is absolutely no indication whatsoever that they have the skill, they have the knowledge, they have the experience, they have the attitude, or they have a temperament to come and work at this company. Having a commercial driver's license is not any indication that you're going to get hired here. We have trucks, we have trailers, and you have to know how to drive them. But really, other than a check mark on a box that you indeed do have a commercial driver's license and you have a good driving record, the license is meaningless to me. I need to know your attitude. I need to know your temperament. I need to know if you're willing to serve people. I need to know if you are mature, if you can handle the stresses of the job. I need to know if you can operate the equipment safely and effectively. None of that comes from the license. So in a time like this, when we have people who have had their livelihood ripped away from them with the threat of either, I guess, jail. If you find them, you could round them up, put them in jail. But the real threat is if, a beautician or a barber just closes down their shop and has their customers come to their house. Well, the real danger is having the state take away your license. Well, maybe this situation should teach us something. That if people are willing and able and experienced and knowledgeable enough to serve us, maybe we're the only license they need. Maybe that's all they need. Maybe the only permission that a barber needs is mine. I'm the customer. I'm paying the bill. So if they say, I'm a barber, oh, okay, well, that's cool. I need a haircut. Well, all I have to do is ascertain that they have the knowledge and skill. I couldn't care less if they have a license. My money is the license. That's it. So I encourage barbers and beauticians and contractors and dozer operators, go find your customers right now and serve them. Because that's how you make money. Donald Trump, Jim Justice, Mike DeWine, Andy Beshear, these are the governors around my state, West Virginia. They literally do not possess the authority to shut your business down. It doesn't exist. They made it up. There's no constitutional authority. I mean, yeah, somewhere along the way, the representatives who are in hiding right now, I haven't heard a peep out of our representatives. Somewhere along the line, they wrote some words down on paper and voted for it that supposedly gives the governor this power. But that's not true. We give them the power. And it's time that we revoke that power and we revoke that authority, because it doesn't belong to them. It belongs to us. Their authority is bullshit. So we need to take it back. Tell them no. I'm going to church. I'm going to a restaurant. If the restaurant won't let me in, then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to give them my business. Because I'm telling you what, I mean, I hate to say stuff like this because then I have to hold to it, but I'm Home Depot. Their behavior over the last week is unacceptable. And maybe I need to take my hard-earned dollars to Dollar General, or just go order direct from the factory on Amazon. Maybe I need to just go to the local butcher. Maybe I need to stop rewarding people that are engaging in tyranny, because that's what Home Depot and Walmart, and I assume Lowe's, I haven't seen the slave tents out in front of Lowe's, but they're probably there. But y'all, we hold the power. This truck right now is filled from back to front, top to bottom, with custom-made cabinets. Every single cabinet on this trailer is tied to an individual. Without those people, I have no job. My money does not come from Donald Trump or the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Congress or the legislature of West Virginia. My money comes from my customers who voluntarily and willingly engage in a transaction that causes the plant to build them, it causes the dealer to ship them, it causes me, or the dealer to sell them, it causes me to ship them, and it causes the installer to install them. Nobody else matters. It's nobody's business what's in this trailer but mine, the carrier, the customer, and the people that bought them. Liberty must be exercised in order to be preserved. It's time to start exercising.